Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I'd show you how I did a DIY Dollar Tree personalized Easter basket for less than $10. I grabbed one of Dollar Tree's Easter baskets that are made of wicker, and they're in different colors. Anyways, I go ahead and take the colors of choice and then cut them down into about 1-inch strips, and I'm just eyeballing it here. And then I go ahead and attach them to my basket in a pattern. But if you're unable to find these packets like I was this year, feel free to check out the other parts of the craft areas of Dollar Tree because they do sell felt material in general. They do still sell these gingham bunnies in purple, blue, and pink. And I take the purple ones and I just attach them below the handle on the outside and the inside. So I only end up using 4 of the pieces out of the packet. I didn't see any more of these cute little bunny paws, but you can definitely just upgrade the padding of it if you don't like the shade of color like pink or something, because they do sell bunny butts still with paws, but I only recall seeing the bigger bunny butts. I upgraded the paws on these bunny butts, but I don't have any purposes for the pink or the blue. Let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested. I am so close to reaching 200 subscribers and I'm thinking about giving a little bit of a giveaway. So I see that they're still selling these headbands this year, and I decided to go with the pink one. Not that it really mattered because I was going to change the inside anyways because I wanted the inside to be purple, and now they sell purple ones but with gray fur. But either way, I wanted the white fur, so I go ahead and cut it off the top and I replace the pink gingham material on the inside and I replace it with purple felt instead, and I include pipe cleaners inside so that these ears become bendable. I don't know if anyone's checked it out, but of all the different headbands they now sell at Dollar Tree, they now have a headband that's flexible, but only in the rainbow colored one. I actually just tried testing it out to see if any of them were, and everything else is the plastic one except for the rainbow one. Let me know in the comments below if you intend to make a rainbow basket this year. So rewatching this while I'm editing this, I realized I probably should have made the pipe cleaners come to a point at the end of the ears. I think that would allow more flexibility throughout the entire ear for each side. But I think it's fine the way it is. It's just something to think about if you decide to recreate this yourself. So if you're new to my channel, last year when I made this Easter basket, I was doing it from my daughter's very first Easter. And I had already made the decision that I was going to add to it every single year so that it almost felt like I got her a new one, even though it's more of like the old one being upgraded. And that way I'm not spending as much on supplies and I can still show DIY videos to my subscribers. So after attaching the ears, I go ahead and cut out a couple of circles because I want to cover both the inside and the outside bottom parts of this Easter basket. I made a second one for the bottom outside part because I wasn't satisfied with the size of the circle, so I go ahead and make another one a little bit larger and glue it right on top because I didn't want to take apart the other one, and also because I figured it would cause the basket to be a little bit more soft. And you probably noticed that I wanted to go ahead and line the inside with felt material as well, so I go ahead and cut down an approximate length and width, and I make sure I make 2 of them so that I can attach them on the inside as a liner. After it's all hot glued down, I use the gingham bunnies to cover up the seams. Off camera, I go ahead and take this lavender ribbon, also from the Dollar Tree, and I wrap the handle with it. I finish it off with adding glue where needed, and here is the final project from last year's Easter basket. I also glued on the cute bunny butt from earlier off camera. So now this brings us to today, and you can see that the basket is in pretty good shape still. And for me, it's kind of missing something, and I decided to go ahead and personalize it this year. So I go ahead and pull out some fabrics I picked up, some from Dollar Tree, some I had on hand, and I just wanted to put it next to the basket to see if I liked the color with it. And I felt like the ones I got from Dollar Tree were just a bit too much. I didn't want this to appear too busy, so I decided to go with something I already had on hand. And oddly enough, normally most people want to use the pretty side, but I wanted to use the faded side. If you decide to make this project as well, I recommend that you grab 100% cotton fabric. So as you can see, my idea is that you take your stamp collection, ideally with letters, and just spell out the name of the person you are personalizing this for. I decided to do this 2 different ways so I can show you different options that you might have or might want to use. If you don't have letter stamps, you can also handwrite it if your penmanship is really nice. I just really wanted the stamped look. If fabric is not your ideal or you'd rather have a little gem or bracelet or something dangling from the basket, that is also an option, and that's why I pulled out these wooden beads that I'm going to go ahead and cover up with watered down paint of color choice. I want it watered down so that the black ink will still show up very well. And I also go ahead and stamp on top of it the black letter. You can use other colors for stamp colors if you choose, but just keep in mind that black stands out the best. The first letter was a tester, but I was able to put the ink right back on top after it dried. So once you have the personalized name onto the cotton fabric, I recommend doing a little cut slit and then tearing it down so that you have basically like a little tag that you just made with rough edges. Then your options are endless here. You can attach it to the bottom of the basket if you like through hot glue, or you can do what I'm doing, and I'm making sort of a bit of a tassel, and I'm grabbing some lace, some scrap lace that I have lying around, and I'm just trying to create this cute little tassel, and I decided to add this purple ribbon to it as well. Alternatively, you can also just do the DIY letter beads and then just put that at the front of the tassel as well, or you could just make the tassel or use pre-made letter beads if you have them. I'm not the best at making bows, nor do I consider myself an expert, but I wanted to make a bow for the front of this tassel. I decided to make it as easy as possible by first creating 3 separate loops with glue down the center to keep the shape, then taking a little extra ribbon and tying them together and putting glue at the back. And as you can see, I already did the tails prior and I just cut them at a slant. I didn't want them to cover up my letters, but if you're doing the bead letters in front instead, then you don't need to worry about that. I felt that 3 loops were necessary to make it look nice, otherwise I felt like just 1 loop would have looked very small and the tails would look kind of weird being so long. I'd like to share too that just making this personalized Easter basket is going to cost you less than $10 at Dollar Tree. This of course is assuming that you use products you already have on hand, such as in my case I already had these wooden beads and I also had the stamp collection, and of course some ribbon. So sometime last year I also picked up this baby headband and they only had it in pink. I was hoping for other colors, but pink works for Easter, so I thought that I would use this for this project, and so I go ahead and cut it out and I try to see if I can wrap it all the way around the entire basket at the top rim area, but unfortunately because this probably would only fit a newborn, it would only get the front half if wrapped like underneath the edges of the handles, if that makes sense. And I already knew that I'd want this bow off to the side because I thought that that would look cute. After finagling with it for a little while off camera, I finally get it into the right spot. Then I go ahead and glue the combination bow and tassel on top of the pink bow and decide not to glue this headband into place because what if one day my child grows up and she doesn't like this bow on there anymore? I hope she does, but I want it to be something that could be removable, so I decide not to glue it into place and instead leave it as is. And to make sure the backside looks the same, I'm going to make sure to pick up another one of these headbands and just remove the bow and attach it to the back half and leave it as is. So after finishing adding the letters to all the beads that I needed, I go ahead and string them onto this spare string that I had that I received from one of my baby showers. I go ahead and tie a knot on one end and then I just wrap it around one side of one of the handles. I add hot glue to the knot so that it doesn't unravel. Then I cut off the excess. If you decide to recreate this project and want to make the letter beads, you can actually make them so that they are read horizontally or vertically. You don't have to do it exactly the way I do it. I might just go ahead and add the letters to the other sides of the beads. So after wrapping the string around the handle, that is it for this project. But I really love the way that this turned out. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this DIY Dollar Tree personalized Easter basket for less than $10. And what would you do differently? If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.